she smell like? Everyone, me and Mr. Dempsey here. And today, we have CBR sitting here thinking that he knows the most powerful Green Rangers from strongest to weakest. Well, and Rangers from Power Rangers, that is. Well, let's see.
If Tommy Oliver suddenly appeared before you in a beacon of green light asking you to be a Power Ranger to defend the world against evil forces, would you accept without hesitation? I know I would, because I'm sure all of us want to be Power Rangers. Why wouldn't we? They get cool suits and giant robots, what's not to like? But if you had the choice of color for Power Ranger, which would you choose? I mean, obviously green is the best color for a Power Ranger. There, I said it. If you don't believe me, check out our list of the most powerful Green Rangers of all time. And tell me I'm not right. You'll be green with envy after this list. I guarantee it. So come on, let's get started.
Good reference.
Okay, for real, of course Tommy Oliver is the first on this list. How could he possibly not be? From his very first introduction as the evil Green Ranger back in the 90s to today, Tommy Oliver is perhaps the face of the Power Rangers franchise. So yeah, he's the most powerful Green Ranger ever. I mean, he recently topped our list of most powerful Red Rangers of all time for good reason. So of course he would be the top Green Ranger as well. I mean, although Tommy has been a bunch of different colored Rangers over the years, I think he will always be associated as the Green Ranger first. So what makes him the best Green Ranger besides his hairdo back in the day? It's gotta be his flute, right? Sorry, I didn't mean to say flute. I meant the Dragon Dagger. But come on, it's just a fancy flute. Sure, it can summon the Dragon Zord from the ocean, but it also would totally do well at your local coffee shop's open mic night. That's all I'm saying. But seriously, Tommy is the OG Green Ranger. The basis for every Green Ranger going forward, and probably the one every little kid wanted to be when playing Power Rangers with their friends. So yeah, he's the best of all time. The GOAT, to which I mean greenest of all time.
Wasn't explaining anything, he was just lazy.
Adam Park was the second Mighty Morphin Black Ranger after Zack, but when it was time for a costume change in the Zeo era, he'd trade in his black duds for green ones as he became the Green Zero Ranger. And I think it's here that Adam really got to shine. He grew into his own type of leader and just overall became a better character. His rise through the ranks would continue when he became the Green Turbo Ranger. Now here's the big question. If Adam's Green Zeo Ranger and his Green Turbo Ranger had to fight each other, who would win? It would be a close one, but I gotta give it to the Green Turbo Ranger. I love that helmet, and honestly, I just love saying the word turbo. Turbo, turbo, turbo. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh right, Adam had fantastic growth throughout multiple Power Rangers series, and he's earned his title of the second best Green Ranger. If I said to you Shredder was one of the most powerful Green Rangers of all time, what would you say? Yep, I do mean that Shredder from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh, what's that? You'd lock me in a space dumpster like Rita Repulsa and send me flying off into space? That seems ineffective. But wait, hold on, I'm telling the truth. The villain Shredder actually did become the Green Ranger in the comic series Mighty Morphin Power Rangers / Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover, and...
Whoa, I did not expect that. Wow. That one came as a surprise to me. Okay. Alright. Cool. Okay. So far, interesting list. Now, to be fair, he was just glazing Tommy that whole time. He didn't say anything about him more. Well, he brought up the Dragon Dagger, but he didn't bring up his martial arts or skills or anything. Just the Dragon Dagger and glaze. As for Adam, I can see. Now, Shredder is number 3. I'd have to see who's after.
Say this, he looks awesome. Anyway, Shredder got a hold of the green power coin and used it to become an evil Green Ranger, eventually teaming up with Rita Repulsa to wreak havoc on the world. Yeah, who do I call regarding live-action movie crossovers? Because I'd like to submit this idea to be the next live-action Power Rangers movie, please? Anyways, Shredder showed just how dangerous the green power coin could be if it fell into the wrong hands. Which type of Power Rangers series do you prefer? The ones that deal with straight advanced technology, or the ones that deal with magic and mysticism? Sure, the advanced technology stuff is cool, but I've always been fond of the magic stuff. It just highlights how much goofy fun the Power Rangers can be. That's why coming in next on this list is Xander Bly, the Green Ranger from Mystic Force. And let's be honest, one big reason why Xander is so high is because of the cape. I think capes are awesome, which tells you exactly how cool I was in high school. Anyway, as the Green Mystic Ranger, Xander had the power of Earth, to which he used to great advantage. And even though he could have a bit of a lazy streak at times, he was also an excellent second-in-command when the situation called for it. Oh, and at the end of his season, he got promoted to manager of the Rockporium. That's a high honor.
Okay.
Alright, some might say the Elephant Spirit Ranger shouldn't be this high on the list. Yes, this Ranger is a strong weapon to be used when you need some extra assistance, but it lacks much of a personality, or any personality for that matter. That's because it's not a person or a character, but rather is the embodiment of the elephant animal spirit. But I say this, I think the lack of being an actual character is actually a benefit here. A lot of Green Rangers are blinded by specific character flaws like hubris or naivete, but the Elephant Spirit Ranger doesn't have to worry about that. It just shows up and fights. It's also the only Green Ranger that can actually turn directly into a Zord, where it turns into, you guessed it, an elephant. Can you do that, Tommy Oliver? Turn into your own Zord? I don't think so. Point to the Elephant Spirit Ranger.
Wow.
Trip from Power Rangers Time Force holds the distinction of being...
No, I'm sorry. No. Trip is not top 10. I don't care what you say. Trip is not. Matter of fact, have we seen... We haven't even seen Cam yet. And you have him, and you have Trip above Cam. What are you doing, CBR? We haven't even seen Bridge yet. Jeez. We haven't seen Riley from Dino Charge either. And you have Trip above all of them.
The first Green Ranger that wasn't from Earth. He's actually a native of the planet Zybria, which I heard is just lovely in the summer if you're thinking of a nice vacation. And Trip is definitely one of the most pure Green Rangers. He's very innocent and sometimes very gullible. He'll take almost anything you say at face value, but that's because his planet is one without any sort of lying or hiding feelings. And it's that goodness that makes him such an excellent Green Ranger for his team. When the Time Force Rangers faced off against Nauticon, who didn't want to be evil in the first place, Trip was the only one to step up and defend the creature when everyone else was quick to sharpen their pitchforks. That inherent goodness is a valuable trait. On top of that, he actually has some pretty nifty powers. Thanks to a gem that's embedded in his head, Trip can read thoughts, find certain locations, and even on rare occasions, see the future. You know, when the plot and story demand it.
Okay.
Damon Henderson took on the mantle after it basically fell in his lap. He was a senior mechanic on the Astro Megaship, and was right there when Kai decided to blast off into space. Sweet deal. I like to think more Power Rangers teams need a team mechanic. I mean, look how often Sparks shoot off their suits and robots. Who fixes that all the time? A mechanic is a pretty good deal. And you want to hear a fun fact about Damon? He was the first Green Ranger who started and ended his run as a Green Ranger, as everyone before him, meaning Tommy, Adam, and Carlos, all switched colors throughout their seasons.
That's true.
Jake Halling is the Green Ranger in
No, absolutely not. No. Jake is nowhere, and I mean absolutely nowhere near top 10. No. You have Bridge. You never said Bridge. You haven't mentioned Cam. What? You haven't even mentioned Riley. What? Cam, Bridge, and Riley are all better than Jake. Guarantee you anybody can agree with that. This is ridiculous. Jake is nowhere near top 10. I don't care what y'all say.
most interesting concept Power Ranger seasons ever, which is Power Rangers Super Megaforce. It's here that we saw the Super Megaforce Rangers be able to transform into other legendary Power Rangers. So it was a total blast from the past to see the different suits and styles again. Jake was the only one in his season to switch colors. He started as the Megaforce Black Ranger before upgrading to the Super Megaforce Green Ranger. When he asks why he's the only one to change color, he's told by Gozai there's a very simple explanation. But then bad guys attack and force the Super Megaforce Rangers into battle before we hear the answer. So let's make up our own. Jake looks way better in green than in black? The corporate overlords wanted to sell more toys in the real world? Yeah, that's probably the ultimate answer. But who cares? Jake and his Green Ranger is still a lot of fun. Power Rangers and Ninja Storm was one of those seasons that didn't start with the Green Ranger on the roster. Can you believe it? Ridiculous! Cameron Watanabe became the eventual Green Ranger, but his path to get there wasn't easy. Although Cameron's father was the sensei at the Ninja Academy where the students became Power Rangers, Cameron wasn't allowed to train himself. Instead, forced to help out the Red, Blue, and Yellow Ranger from the sidelines. That eventually changed, though, after a trip back in time to receive the amulet to become the Green Samurai Ranger. Man, this season was a little nuts. As the Green Ranger, Cameron may not have been perfect, but you take his skill and pair it with the fact that he was always a vital component to upgrading the Rangers' weapons and their swords, and you got yourself a solid Green Ranger. Mike from the Power Rangers Samurai...
You put Mike before God blessing Bridge? What? CBR, you gotta get your mind fixed. What are you doing? Now, everyone, let's gather around and pray for CBR. Clearly, this guy's retarded. He's not okay in the brain. He's stupid as heck. Oh my lord. We haven't seen Bridge and we haven't seen Riley. What are you doing, CBR?
Seasons really stood apart from his fellow Rangers. While most of the time the other Rangers were really serious about the ways of the samurai and the training methods, Mike would be the one to slack off or leave in the middle of a fight in order to get a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
But don't judge Micah too hard for that. He's still an excellent fighter and solid Green Ranger, who can hunker down and get the job done when the situation calls for it. Sure, he might rush into battle too early from time to time, but you gotta respect his spirit. We saw the Psycho Rangers first when they were fighting the Space Rangers, but that roster didn't have a green Psycho Ranger. That was...
You put him... Trek! You put him behind Jake. You put him behind Mike. You put him behind Trip? I did not know we was going to include him. Really? The Green Psycho Ranger? Jesus. I had no idea we were going to include him. But yet you put him way over here? Mind you not, this guy straight up murdered his whole team. He started as the Green Squadron Ranger. Murdered his whole team. Yeah. Have any of the other Green Rangers done that? No. Jake, no. Mike, no. Matt, you put him behind Mike? Or did I say that? I can't remember. My memory span ain't that good. Stupid.
in a later comic series, and let me tell you, Psycho Green, or Trek as his name really is actually quite dangerous. He started out as the Supersonic Green Ranger, which was the Ranger team on Zybria, but then he actually betrayed his whole team and killed them all, ultimately tired of not being included in field missions. He then set off to Planet Infernus, where he reported to Dark Spectre. In return for doing Dark Spectre a solid and eliminating the Supersonic Rangers, Trek was then transformed into the first Psycho Ranger, Psycho Green. Man, I know there's no way we could ever see this in a Power Rangers show, but come on. That's such a deliciously dark backstory that deserves to be explored more.
Exactly.
In a fun bit of retconning, the 2017 movie version of Power Rangers had Rita Repulsa be the former Green Ranger, and she started off good. But you know, one thing led to another, and then boom, Rita betrayed Zordon and the rest of the team. As a villain, Rita was insanely powerful, and almost wiped out the rest of the Ranger squad. It was only because Zordon was crazy enough to send a meteor directly to Earth's surface that she was placed in a coma, and made the dinosaurs extinct for that matter, but I guess Zordon didn't care about the Triceratops. So why isn't Rita higher on this list, if she's so powerful? Well, for one, she got beaten by a bunch of newbies, so points are deducted there. As well as for the fact that I can't look at her without thinking about Krispy Kreme, and I'm trying to stay on my diet. Man, I really gotta get into soccer, and maybe I'll have luck like Carlos. Carlos was a player on Adam Park's soccer.
You put Carlos before Riley? What are you doing? No. Carlos is not better than Riley. I swear. I promise you to God. I promise you to God. Carlos is not better than Riley. Oh my gosh.
Team and was eventually chosen as Adam's successor to be the Green Turbo Ranger. As the Green Turbo Ranger, Carlos was fine. He had the standard grow into a better person arc, but honestly, I like him more as the Black Space Ranger. What do you think? Agree or disagree?
Doesn't matter to me.
Bridge Carson from Power Rangers S.
He's finally here. But you have Carlos in front of him? What? You have Trip in front of him? What? You have... Who else? Jake in front of him. What? You even put Mike in front of him. Are you crazy? Jesus, this nigga don't know shit. This gotta be the worst list I have seen yet. Oh my God.
He is one of the rare individuals to switch colors more than twice in his own team. He started the series as the Green Ranger, and he had a lot of growing to do at that point. He was also by far the quirkiest member of the team with a series of strange mannerisms. As time went on though, you got used to it. He also has the power of psychometry, meaning he could sense auras of the people around him, which, I don't know, I guess is a cool party trick? Of course, throughout the show, he would stay the Green Ranger, first being promoted to Blue Ranger, and then finally, Red Ranger.
Better than what most
Is anyone else a little disappointed that Joel Rowling's Green Lightspeed Rescue Ranger didn't wear a cowboy hat? That cowboy hat is such a defining part of Joel's character that his Green Ranger looks weird without it. Oh man, that has me thinking. When are we going to get the Power Rangers Cowboy season? Joel would have to come back and lead the team for that, right? Anyways, Joel was a solid Green Ranger with a background as an aerial stuntman. And darn, I spent too much time talking about his hat. Quick, I need to say one last thing about him. He looks good in green, but he would look better in a hat. Dang it. Moving on. Alright, Camille from Power Rangers Jungle Fury wasn't officially a Green Ranger, so you need to connect some dots here. Although this green-loving villain started off as a bad guy, she eventually switched sides and joined the Power Rangers. The end of that series even sees her training with other Rangers, and her future is looking pretty promising. Sure, it would be unorthodox, but come on. She already rocks the signature green color, which is like 90% of the requirement in order to be a Green Ranger. Make it so, Power Rangers. So this next one is a little tricky. It's the Green Prism Ranger. Now, almost nothing is actually known about this particular Ranger, or this team for that matter. The Prism Rangers were one of the teams that were summoned in Super Megaforce to help in the ultimate fight against evil. So I'll just say what I know. I really like the helmet for this Green Ranger. It reminds me of a Green Stormtrooper a little bit. Hey, maybe someday in the future we'll get an explanation of the Prism Rangers and see if they're human or weird hybrid fish people under the helmets. Now I'm even more curious. The Shogun Rangers in the Super Samurai season of Power Rangers are more of a legend than anything else. They were a powerful Ranger team in the past and the ancestors of the current Samurai Rangers. And we don't see much of the Green Shogun Ranger, but...
Now you just stalling out. You just stalling out to place Riley all the way in the back because you hate him. Shut up.
sides and some archive footage, so that's why he's so low on this list. And Mike doesn't even utilize the power to access the Green Shogun armor in the show, which is a tad disappointing. But still, that elaborate costume design alone saves him from being at the bottom of this list. I think every Power Ranger should have wings and a fancy crown, don't you?
You did use it once.
Alright, here we are, nearing the bottom. Riley Griffin from Power Rangers Dino Charge became a Green Ranger by accident when his dog found the Energem. Not a great start, but Riley was also a very unique Green Ranger. He wasn't the best fighter or had a strong personality or anything like that, but rather was more of a logical...
He was the best swordsman on the team, dumbass! Oh my god, this nigga don't know shit. I want to shut him up for good. Oh my gosh. My head hurts. This guy giving me a headache.
Thinker who loved puzzles and games. I think he could have been a really great Green Ranger, but I don't know, I just think something was missing with him.
No, it wasn't.
Ziggy Grover from Power Rangers RPM sits at the bottom of this list for me.
What?
Mainly because he doesn't fit with the tone and ideas of the season. I think RPM is the most challenging and darkest Power Ranger series ever, and I wish they would have stuck to that a little bit. But I'm immediately taken out of it when I have to watch a goofy Ziggy screw something up. Okay, that's a little harsh. I know Ziggy has his great moments, but I just think he would have been a better Green Ranger for a different season. Feel free to tell me how wrong I am in the comments, but just something about him didn't fit. Who are your top 3 Green Rangers of all time? Does anyone beat Tommy? Let us know in the comments below, as well as tell us your favorite Ranger color of all time. While you're there, be sure to hit that big like and subscribe button, or else...
No, don't subscribe to this dumbass motherfucker. Subscribe to me, Mr. Dime Stealer. This nigga don't know shit. Jesus. I've never seen a list this terrible. You have... I don't even want to talk about this anymore. Oh my gosh. Well, I hope you guys enjoy the video. I know some of you are probably mad because of how mad I got half the time. But if you did, if you did enjoy the video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Want to watch another video, links in the description down below. Leave a comment on how stupid this guy is, please. In fact, go dislike on his video. Please. Forget I said that. Anyways, yeah. As usual, I'm Mr. Dempster. I'll see you all in the next video. Till then, see ya.